Let's kick things off with a little experiment. Those were approximately 10 seconds of silence. Raise your hand if you felt some sort of discomfort. Or maybe you even thought I forgot my presentation. Silence is awkward. But what is silence, really? Silence is the absence of sound, the absence of stimuli. But from the moment we wake up, we're bombarded with noise. Alarms, pings, music, chatter, all of which make silence feel so uncomfortable, almost like something's missing. For many of us, as soon as we're silent and alone with our thoughts, we start to feel out of sync or maybe even anxious. But it's in these moments where we find the opportunity for reflection, clarity, and even creativity. Perhaps it's society's pressure to do more and more every day, to almost optimize our lives that has us feeling so uncomfortable. But what are we optimizing for? Optimization means to make as perfect, effective, or functional as possible. But we've somehow convinced ourselves that silence and downtime get in the way of that. More often than not, we try to avoid moments of downtime because there's always something else we could or should be doing. Here at Stanford, I've especially felt the pressure to do more and more every day, to schedule more coffee chats, go to more career events, and attend all of our social activities. I'm guessing some of you might feel the same way. I'm so addicted to the dopamine hit I get from checking something off my to-do list that I kid you not have written make to-do list as the first item so that I can check it off immediately and feel like I got something done. As if everything we had here at Stanford wasn't enough, I even signed up to give a 10-minute speech about why we should de-optimize our lives. In my previous life as an undergrad, I studied cognitive neuroscience because I was fascinated by understanding how the brain worked and leveraging those insights to improve our lives. So naturally, as I embarked on a journey of de-optimization, I turned to my scientific roots. Here's what I discovered. Studies show that every time our brain switches its attention to something new, it burns up oxygenated glucose at a faster rate than usual. This is the same glucose that our brain needs to learn new things, remember stuff, and remain focused. So when you have a day filled with back-to-back tasks and no downtime in between, your brain will run through its fuel rapidly, hindering its ability to create. Our brains need moments of downtime to thrive. Downtime is unstructured time with no targeted goal and no targeted focus of attention. Sorry to break it to you, but scrolling on Instagram, listening to music, or watching Netflix, not considered downtime because while doing so, you have a focus of attention. Surprisingly, even meditation isn't considered downtime because while meditating, you have a specific goal in mind. Downtime is when your brain intentionally has no intention. You know those leisurely Sunday afternoons when you're just sitting on your couch daydreaming? Without a set agenda, your mind is free to wander, making unexpected connections and giving rise to new ideas. While it might seem that we're doing nothing during downtime, our brain is actually quite active. We're processing information. We're thinking about both the past and the future. We're developing a sense of self, and we're thinking about the perspectives of others. Downtime enables a process called integration. Integration is what connects the dots between the bits and pieces of information that are just swirling up around in your brain. I'll give you a sneak peek as to what my brain sounds like during downtime. Mom's mad at me again. She thinks I stole her shirt. I definitely didn't. Ugh, another rainy day in Palo Alto today. I need to unpack for Tahoe this weekend. Oh, is that where my mom's shirt is in the carry-on I haven't unpacked yet? I'm kind of craving some sushi. As you can see, my brain thinks in very nonlinear ways during downtime. But it's integration that takes this nonlinear thinking and transforms it into aha moments. Did anyone catch what happened there? I was able to find where my mom's shirt was without actively looking for it. These aha moments, or epiphanies, can range from as small as remembering something to ideas that are much more impactful. For example, I came up with an initiative that led to 20% growth at the startup I was working at while getting a haircut. I wasn't on my phone. I wasn't thinking about anything in particular. It just came to me. What were you doing the last time you had a sudden realization? Really take a moment to think about this. Isaac Newton, he developed the foundations for the theory of gravity while sitting under a tree daydreaming. J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter came to her while she gazed out the window on her train commute back from work. Even Steve Jobs, a notorious workaholic, was known for taking long breaks and long walks to boost his creative potential. While not all of us will become the next Isaac Newton, I do hope that many of us change the world. Tackling climate change, enhancing healthcare accessibility, and solving the complex problems that our world has demands that we innovate. And to do so, we have to tap into our creativity. Looking ahead, as AI becomes increasingly better at analytical tasks, creativity will become more and more important in the workplace. It's creativity that allows us to look at problems from different angles and solve those problems in more efficient and effective ways. So, how do you actually de-optimize your life to create moments of downtime? And how do you leverage that downtime to boost your creativity? First, start small. You know those 15, 20 minutes in between meetings? I used to hate those. Way too long to bear doing nothing, but way too short to get anything productive done. Well, they're prime downtime. Just see what happens when you don't pick up your phone and don't try to squeeze something in between. It might feel a little awkward at first, but I promise it'll be worth it. Second, find what works for you. For me, I love to take walks, so in between meetings, I'll get up and take a stroll. My boyfriend, he loves to clean, which is a win for me, but he also does great thinking while doing so. The point here is to find activities that you can incorporate into your routine. Go on walks, sit in the park, gaze out the window while drinking some tea. If you struggle with literally doing nothing, experts also recommend mindless tasks like vacuuming, organizing, or even doodling. Just remember that downtime is only downtime when there's no specific goal and no specific target of attention. I know what some of you are thinking. You're way too busy for downtime. You have way too many commitments and simply cannot afford to do nothing. Well, it's those of us that are busiest that need downtime the most. Here at Stanford, we're all overachievers focusing on over-optimizing. But it's downtime that's not the enemy of achievement, it's the key to unlocking it. Downtime is an essential process for our brain, but it's also something we can practice and develop. Ironically, as children, we were masters of downtime. Do you remember how immense the world felt when we were younger? My childhood was a kaleidoscope of fantasy and adventure and time travel. I would sit there for hours contemplating why fruit tasted sweeter in Colombia than in the US, or what it would feel like to be an astronaut. I would create stories to explain the things that I didn't understand, and I would create lists of superpowers that I wish I had. If you could create a list of superpowers that could change our world today, don't you think it would be worth 15 minutes of your time? Downtime is what can enable our inner child's curiosity to dream up what our world could look like. Together, let's de-optimize our lives to create moments of downtime, knowing that it's in these moments where creativity can flourish. And the best part is, we can literally start today, right after this, and we need absolutely nothing to do so. Thank you.